Matthew Kershaw, welcome to the wasteland of Mad Max. We're about a month behind everyone else, but this is a video game.
Mediocre!
Nice, nice. So you're going to tell me about Mad Max Fury Road? How's your favourite film ever?
Yeah, I love the Mad Max movie. I like the part where he drives across a desert, which I think is supposed to be Africa, but they really filmed in like Australia somewhere. Or maybe it's the other way
It's meant
around.
to be Australia.
I don't actually know. Maybe they filmed in Africa then. It's meant to be Australia.
I don't know, but like, let's talk about empowerment of women in movies. The Americans love that. I don't know if you heard. 3 months ago when this movie came out.
There are women in this movie? Video game?
The movie's all about women. Not in the video game, no. The video game's all men.
How is
non-ironically.
How is the movie all about women? All I've seen is like shirtless dudes wearing skull masks and fire.
Oh my god, they're so hot. Like, that's what I didn't realize till I watched the movie. It was like dudes with fucked up skin and no clothing. Really hot. Yeah, well, like, it's about this. Right, there's a really powerful woman. She's like a warlord second in command, so this is the movie we're kind of spoiling.
Only second in command, behind the white man, oppressed.
I mean, Immortan Joe, who's the actual warlord, is like super cool. But this woman's called Imperator Furiosa. She's got one hand, and she's a motherfucking badass. And like, she kills so many dudes when Mad Max, like himself, is just kind of like there for the ride.
Is that his name? Really his name is Mad Max.
His name is Max, but right, there's like 4 lines of dialogue in that entire movie. One of them is "Witness me," and the other one's "Mediocre."
Is that why you had me shout that?
Yeah, that movie's so great. You have to watch it. The stuff they do with the frame rate is you would really appreciate it. I think it's such a great movie. And I don't watch a lot of movies, but like some of the frame rate stuff, some of the framing, the shots, the color, all excellent. But we're here to talk about the game, which is none of those things. It's so boring. I put it down after about 3 hours of play and wanted to die.
I've heard people say it's like a really great game and it's lots of fun and all that shit.
Yeah, so have I, and those people don't write about video games, either as a hobby or for living, that I've seen.
I guess.
Which makes me think that...
The only thing I've seen of this game is good old Xavier Woods and Rusev playing the game on YouTube.
Oh god. Well, that could only be a riot then.
Yep. Even then it looked fucking really boring.
It is so... Everything is so slow. Everything. It's like, imagine if Ubisoft, like... It's like the ultimate Ubisoft design game, but it's like... It doesn't capture anything you want if you've watched the Mad Max movie.
Open world with towers that you have to go and capture or destroy or conquer or some shit.
I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. We're going to go check out the equivalent of a tower in this game, which is an air balloon. It's so by the numbers, that sort of like Assassin's Creed 2 style of game. And the combat is better than that. Like, it's the Batman combat, the Shadow of Mordor combat. But it's like, I know, I've punched like more people than I have seen cars, and it's meant to be a Mad Max game, so there's something wrong there.
I had never heard of Mad Max until like suddenly the movie came out of nowhere and then this game.
I mean, it's a really old Mel Gibson franchise of like, I'm trying to think of the name of the movies. I've watched some of the first one, I think. Whichever one had the hot BDSM boy on the back of the truck. I've watched part of that one.
Yeah,
it was a whole series.
I don't know that. I don't know much about films or music or anything we ever talk about. The only thing I know about Mel Gibson is he put on that Scottish war paint in that film, which I don't remember.
Yeah. Was that the one where he gets stabbed in the nuts?
Maybe, I don't know, I've never seen that film.
Might be confusing that. Somebody got stabbed in the nuts with a spear, but that might be like just history, not the movie speaking. I don't like Mel Gibson, he's not great, but Tom Hardy is the actor in the movie. And, yeah, I mean, this is just, it's like, it's not a good representation of Mad Max as was shown in the movie, which is fine, because it's not, like, necessarily tied in. I mean, it's a similar area, there's some of the same characters and stuff. Like Immortan Joe, you visit Gastown, which is a place mentioned in the movie.
You're literally Mad Max, though. Surely that coincides with the movie.
I mean, yeah, but Max is like, he's not really a he's like the white male protagonist in every video game. Only he says nothing, and that's fine. And when he does speak, he's kind of like, what's that, Marcus Phoenix, sort of like Dead Gravelly. Only it's like, this guy can't say words. So he's kind of just munching gravel and making syllables and stuff.
Mediocre.
But it's like the open world, like Mad Max should be a great open world game because it's like the wasteland part is the coolest, like ever, and you visit like different compounds and stuff and take over bases, which is as rote as it sounds. But it's like, you know, you get to the top of these towers and there's like fucking flames and people like, you know, music. It really looks cool from an artistic perspective until you realize that every like of these little warlords in their camps are always the same character model, animations and everything, just like with a different skin on them. It's fucking the worst.
Lovely. I don't know.
Some maggots.
What? Why?
There we go. Because we're in the wasteland. There's no proper food. Maggots and dog food. Dinky D's.
Lovely. I was going to say, like, the wasteland in Mad Max seems really fucking shit. Like, I don't mean that as in, like, oh, it's so bad. I mean, it just seems boring. There's nothing there. Even, like, what was that awful id game that they made?
Oh, Rage.
Rage looked to have a better wasteland than this game does.
Yeah, yeah. You need to watch the movie. The movie's better than the game. Which is the only reason we made this video, so I could say that. Yeah, so this is the equivalent of a tower.
What's happening? Why is it just hot air balloons?
So here's the problem with this game. Every interaction, whether you're picking up scrap, which you do off basically anything you shoot or punch, it's like, it doesn't even feel like a wasteland because there's fucking like scrap and fuel everywhere. There's no like survival element. There's no like urgency. It's just Assassin's Creed with some cars and balloons.
That's probably like the worst insult you can give a game.
I know. I can't wait for Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
I can.
Check back soon.